Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is a message where they come out from Go Salon, an organization within a salon.
Hello viewers, this is Go Salon. As always, we ask now for follow page and subscribe our channel on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you share, like and comment. Because from the comments we will know if we do mistakes and we will try for correct them going forward. Today we will discuss the second episode of the topic, disadvantages of drug abuse and misuse. And there with the main person of this topic today,
Augustine Kamara.
Of course, we don't do this few months ago, this topic, and we therefore discuss now purposely on the disadvantages of drug abuse and misuse. So, Mr. Kamara.
Thank you very much. We Una watch the past video, and we really appreciate Una because if not so because of Una, we're not going to continue this way, and in fact, we're not even know what's for say. But because of Una comments, make we come and do that this other video as we don't promise before. Now we talk on the disadvantages of drug abuse and drug misuse. We don't first talk about the drug abuse in general. Now we talk about the problems we in don't the cause in our community and the world at large. As I say, they get a total estimation of over 7 million people they suffer from illicit drugs because of drug abuse and misuse. And 1 in every death is related to either drug abuse, misuse, or tobacco use.
Wow.
Yes. How it happen? When you take high amount of drug, automatically they travel directly to the brain. Drug not they go direct like how water they go into the system, go to the digestive system. No. Immediately they take them and they travel direct to the brain immediately. And they hinder the neurotransmitters. Where the neurotransmitter now a different nerve that is responsible for mood altering.
Yeah, better wait, explain. Because I just been asking what's not what they mean. I mean, I can't chat.
Yes.
I'm not savvy then. Going and down for another day down, they understand, then big dragon shall they call.
Okay, the neurons in the nerve in the brain. We get motor neurons and the sensory nerves. The sensory nerve, they send information to the brain. For example, when somebody touch you, it knows say somebody don't touch you because the sensory nerve, the function, they send information to the brain. And for light and all the other sensitive and they like for seeing, all the sensory nerve they function that way. And the motor nerve, there are information from the brain on how your body for function, how you work, yes, all those things.
So as you take drug, straight
direct to that nerve and in the hinder that nerve. Now that make sometimes and people who don't take high amount of drug, they go into a stage what we call a mania. Mania na a problem, a mental problem. Where immediately you take them, they start to feel high. They know what they do. They see like you they above situation.
above everybody.
Yes, exactly. And so it can be when people when they take alcohol, they take high amount of drugs, then illicit drug like the marijuana, the opioid type of drugs we talked about the last time. So because of that high amount of drug, they start to go in that phase. Yes, I will name some of the mental problems then where high amount of drug misuse they lead into. Yes, when they're in that manic state, then they start to get diplopia. In medicine, we get the word diplopia, we call double vision.
Okay, that is.
Yes, they see things, one object is like 2 or 3.
So it's an absolute.
Yes.
But I don't take that in there.
Yes, and because of that, we get high amount of road accidents. 90% of all road accidents is due to illicit drugs. Because on their way, when they drive, they get another thing where most of the time they can complain. Hallucination. Hallucination are when you see things where others not see. Imagine if you have always, once you drive, they tell say, this accident happened. They say, I see something appear before me. All the passengers not see you see something appear before you. Then so all of a sudden accidents happen. It's because of the drug we don't take, we don't hinder the neurotransmitters, then your vision acuity don't change. Now you see things in a double way, things we don't see. Bike man can ride, in just for them, back anybody. Man, they ride almost in for them, back anybody. That's not all our problem.
Yeah, because people can surprise. Why this guy just for them?
Why? You see?
So
And
problems.
and we dey see high amount of domestic violence wey dey happen na the world and the community because of drug abuse. Because when you don take this high amount, I tell you say this drug dey hinder the neurotransmitters and e dey alter the mood. The mood wey you get normal the feeling, everything dey change. E go just certainly tell you, since you don begin dey go in that manic state, then you don start for see things in an abnormal way. Maybe possibly you go start for see mortama like fall, then see fall like mortama. Yes. So then we begin dey get most of them domestic violence, then complaints and dey too much.
Beating woman,
the fighting,
yes.
the killing. So when this don happen, we get another thing, another complaint, mental problem wey we call schizophrenia. And schizophrenia, you dey start for see good people, like for instance I dey see you all thing but you, like you dey against me always. Na you dey see. Yes.
That 30 minutes.
That within that
in your walls.
yes. In your world now, all man dey against am.
Yes, and then right.
As soon as they talk to this person, that when they talk to, I mean, we plan against.
Okay.
So that make the act of the killing boku na the country, because now the world at large. Because when we start for see others as enemy, others they plan bad, but we through the high intake of illicit drugs, then we start to go against people, start to go against them, start to kill, do all that thing. We get another problem where we high intake of drug, like for example the belly man them when they take that amount and get hindrance to them pikin as well in utero, where we call mental retardation. Okay. If you born pikin within 1 year, that pikin no waka, that pikin no do wetin normal pikin for do for land for talk, is mental retardation. Problem don dey happen with im brain, when a poor development. Yes, because of the effects of the high intake of the drugs. Yes.
Okay.
So mental retardation dey show in the pikin dem. You dey see normal some pikin can waka within 1 year, some pikin can learn for talk, can learn for call mama, papa, all that thing. But while others they don 2-3 years they struggle with all that thing, where others they learn inside 1 year. Yes. That na mental retardation. Yes. Because of the high intake of drugs, the high intake where they make things they change in we mood, the way how they work, the way how they talk, they lead wrongly to the community. And now domestic violence, as we talk about, road accidents, the killing, suicidal acts, and all.
Yeah, someone got more going itself.
Yes. You see, they feel unwanted. They start for every voices. Like somebody talk to you. Wait, nobody know they talk to you. At night, they lead us. Somebody tells you, but not fit for live. Bad voices.
Yeah.
You see, hallucination, the heavy voices. Somebody tells you, how you yesterday you go and that you not succeed. Why you not succeed? Why you not kill yourself once and you blow? All this suffer where they suffer, so why you not go to die? Then all of a sudden the person he move and he go hang himself. Yes, he died. All now because of high intake of illicit drugs. See, the wrongful intake.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you don't put people through for this. So what's effect this there? Because in a year time, we'll get elections. Or in few months time, we'll be get registration for register for vote next year, June, for the election 2023. What's effect they will get for youth then coming in few months time?
The effects on youth for the coming election, if youth not step down in the high intake of drugs, of course every election
Get
violence, and especially the youths, now they're always there at the forefront, because now then they in this amount of drugs intake, now they take that high amount, and because politicians and other people don't know about that, so they don't get naturally they going can to them, they going can drugs first with high amount of promises, say this go can, this go can, this go can, and then load them with the drugs, then they push them at the forefront.
Yes.
And then now with that intake, when you take the drug, the first thing, it they give heart palpitation. You had to start for beats. Yes, you get tachycardia. You had to beat faster. Pum 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 pum. When you had to beat that way, you know go any small thing you dey take and big. Any easy thing. It's like when you dey play ball, you had to beat faster, and any small thing happen, you had the one. So now, so the same way so it happen with them.
So in other words, I would green. What's the red now? Other one.
You had the one.
I would red.
What's the green? You had the one.
They begin to behave.
Yes, exactly. So high intake of drug gets a lot of disadvantage to we the youth. Poor development. You know what think of waiting if for do. When you start for take the drug, the first thing they come to you. Now how for stop yourself from and now you're not able. Where we call withdrawal syndrome. You don't take them, you know they get the act for stop, you get the act for take them again. Every day you want them, every day you want them. Withdrawal syndrome. In order for stop, now the withdrawal syndrome for force control. Forget the act, the feeling for they take the drug every time. When you less in them, you're able to stop. But the disadvantages of the drug to the system, to the life, to the country is very, very bad. And the violence is too much. Election violence, domestic violence, all other violences is because of the high intake of drugs within.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is a gross area. Share this video, share this discussion, comment, like. Of course, let other people know say these are the disadvantages who they affect youth of nowadays on our drugs. Of course, we don't go with physical, let's take physical and the medical point of view. I don't say we'll not care about preach, but let's go into yes. Whose effect this gets, biblically or spiritually?
So the Bible, as we say, the proper advice we say, if we get ourselves into high intake of alcoholism, and say we life self not the go now one, we go there in poverty. Because the little amount we get, wait for help for develop yourself, it is for put into high intake of drugs. Yes. And the more you start small, and the more you get the feeling for more. If you buy 5,000 every day, then all of a sudden 5,000 you're not getting anything for it because your system don't get used to them. That 5,000 you're not getting anything for it. Now that make people when they take tramadol, they start with possibly one first, when at 50 milligram or possibly 100 milligram. Then all of a sudden 100 milligram not get anything for it now. Go for 250. 250 now start for go 3, 4, 5 tablets. They go down all together because the more you take a withdrawal syndrome, they make you they continue and the system they adapt to them, then they not get any effect to you again. And unknowing that they can destroy you psychologically, they can destroy you physically.
So, whose advice is there for out there? You feel really think we are youth. Whose advice is there for telling people out there how they going down and try for minimize possibly?
Yes. The advice I get for youths, we all in general, make mood altering. Make waiting you the feel. If you feel unwanted, not make you put yourself into drug abuse. Because there are sometimes that you feel left out. Because most of the things I know we push people into renting in there. You feel like you are not wanted. You feel like you are not included in anything. You say everybody all the time no more and meeting the left out. So
you feel like being marginalized.
Yes. So when you get that feeling, visit the hospital, visit a doctor, somebody for counseling, because nothing will get for deal with you brain.
Visit your pastor or your imam.
Just visit somebody.
Visit somebody who will counsel you. Then you take and say because I feel left out. You go take high amount of.
They smoke, they drink, they make you do things where in your life you not be ever think say you go do. High intake of drugs, bad for you, bad for your family, bad for the community, and bad for the country as a whole. Because if you die at young age, the generations behind you way for save, not going to be saved.
You will feel left out at this point, but people live behind you way above you.
Yes.
So now this point for make up your life and may not say people in Habo Payu. Even if the system that stage for see you know okay at this point, but people don't Habo Payu. So try for control yourself and focus on a particular goal. You will succeed.
There is more in you. Greater things inside everybody, except you discover them.
Of course.
So what you for try for do, now for first try for discover that thing where God put inside of you and make use of them. Instead of going into these drugs, going into them bad lives, then they expect that one day things will change.
Yeah.
We are the change. Now we for make the change by how we live, by what we do. Please may we stay away from illicit drugs because it not only the damage your brain, the damage your liver, the damage your heart, the damage your kidneys, and because all wetin we dey take get for pass through the kidney. Now that make most of the complaints, they get complaints of hepatitis, HIVs, and also because when you don't take these drugs, you don't know what they do. You just see you man just go get sex with them unprotected one, then start to get infections and start to pass them from one to another. The rate of hepatitis and HIV countrywide is far greater, and we expect for it to be greater by 2030, more greater than that. If things
done.
Yes, if proper things not take place. You see, most of the complaints in the kind of hospital, you see somebody, they get complaint of hepatitis or HIV or any other infection because of high intake of illicit drugs. People can go into drugs, for mood altering. Anytime woman can't find them go into drugs, they don't sabi, just go take and wait woman they come and start.
That can go take time over.
Yes.
This problem today. Well, alhamdulillah, have this.
All those things na problem to we life, and when you take them, the kidneys get for function. The kidney get for distribute and they get for receive back all the water. Then we don't make it up for time for let excrete them. So with that, you can lead to problem where we can give the kidney problem. You see, and when the kidney get problem, we get problem of dysuria, urine, either you wet fast. All them complain, the kidneys don't start to get problem, kidney fail, then start all of a sudden start to receive what they swell. Yeah, because of all them things in the high intake of drugs, they damage the kidney, they damage the liver, they damage the heart. So if you for your health, for your family, for the country, and for who that you will ever dream say you go be who that you will think say you go be, and who that you will dream say you go be. If only you keep yourself healthy and you stay away from drug abuse.
Because thank you viewers, and what's the final message for
They encourage everybody not just watch this video but comment, and not only comment but share, because when you share to your friend share to your friend, this message will reach them out, and themselves will know say we are equally important. Your life important to me as well as my life important to you. Your life important to your generation and to the country. We need you. We not only just want for you, make you come and pass, you not left any good mark. The mark where you left, we will explain to the generation, and the generation will follow short and do more. Subscribe to this channel. Of course, this is not Grow Sierra Leone. Make we all come together and build a better Sierra Leone. Thank you.
Thank you, and God bless you.